All right, so good afternoon. This is Big Mike the Messenger. Just wanted to drop a little nugget on you real fast. I know I was supposed to drop a video Monday, but you know, things got a little crazy for me. So here's a message. Me and God had a conversation, right? And he wanted to make sure he pointed something out to me. So since our kids are going back to school, I'll put it into the context of kids. So when your kids in school and you let them play the video games whenever you want, he gets to go outside and play whenever they want. And they got the laptop so they can be on the computer whenever they want. Something tends to happen, right? When the grades start slipping, we begin to realize that the things that we gave them access to has become a very big distraction to their purpose of school, right? So what we tend to do is we'll take away the Xbox, we'll take away the PlayStation, and we'll even take away the computer. And that's very similar to what happens when you become an adult. So when you're a child of God, this is what's going to happen for you. You're going to find your way. You're going to find yourself doing things. You're going to start letting distractions become obstacles, right? So, and in those moments, you'll think that your life is falling apart because you may lose your job. You may get into a relationship and you may end up getting out of that relationship for whatever reason. But this is what's happening. So your life isn't falling apart. What's really happening is God is trying to get your attention and put you back into alignment to be productive or to be on the process and the path that you're supposed to be on. So the same way you would take video games away from your kids, that's the same thing God is doing to you. He's taking away all your distractions so your life isn't falling apart. So don't worry, don't stress about it. But he's trying to put you back into alignment by making sure that he take away everything that has become a distraction from you having your relationship with God and actually reading and studying and doing what you're supposed to do. So because once you get back into alignment, then you begin to realize how your life begin to progress again, and you'll begin to have peace in your life again and so many other things. And just as a personal example, for me, it definitely was having sex. So sex became my biggest distraction, and I used to have a lot of it. I had so much of it, I really didn't have much time for anything else. So for me, he took away, so he gave me the choice, or he gave me the strength to become celibate, and it put me back into focus. So it allowed me to start businesses, and it allowed me to become more wise. So I didn't make a sacrifice for sex. It was a trade. So because I was already doing what he didn't want me to do, which was have sex outside of marriage, and I began to trade that sin. Sin is just really, all the sin is when you're doing something that God doesn't want you to do. So it's doing something outside of the will of God. So to sin is to do is to go against the will of God, and to not sin is to go with the will of God. Basically, plain and simple. So back to this whole your life is falling apart thing. Your life isn't falling apart. God is really just trying to get your attention, and you may lose your job. You may lose your friends, you may lose money, and he's gonna strip you of everything until you begin to put your alignment and put your focus back on him. And once you do that, then God will start to bless you again, and you'll be able to realize how much more focused you become once you eliminate all your distractions. So you have to make this decision to yourself and decide what is your distractions. And for a lot of us, we'll have a regular 9-to-5 job, and our job can become our distraction. Our job can become our distraction from our family. Sometimes we'll put in extra hours and we neglect time with our family, with our kids, or with our significant other, or even with the word of God. So that's pretty much my message for you. I don't really want to take too much more of your time, but at the end of the day, if you feel like your life is falling apart and you feel like you're losing more than what you should, then it's really God just pulling things out of your life because you're getting distracted. And once you get in, once you're able to manage and create that balance in your life again, then you'll begin to see those luxuries come back into your life. Because at the end of the day, God is your father. So the same way you parent your kids, God fathers you the same way. Hopefully you start to mimic the way you start parenting your kids the way God parents you. He doesn't really put his hands on you and beat you like physically. So typically he's going to start pulling things away from you like normal. So that's the message for today. So once again, just to reiterate, your life isn't falling apart. God is really just trying to get your attention, and once God gets your attention, then he'll put you back on the path and put you back on focus. So don't stress if you feel like your life is falling apart. It's just an indication that you need to give God more of your time. And the best way he's going to do that is by eliminating everything that you think is a luxury, but he's going to take it all away because it's distracting your relationship with him. I am Big Mike the Messenger. We don't follow standards, we set them. I love you. Take care. I am going to do a live video pretty soon here, so just hold tight. I'm not quite sure when I'm going to do it, because my schedule next week is going to be a little hectic. All right, love you, take care. We don't follow standards, we set them. Let's build heaven on earth. This is Big Mike the Messenger, and I'll talk to you soon.